This is the SDP podcast, the Scott Davidson podcast. Your home for everything VHL, the virtual hockey league. Trades, rivalries, league drama, playoffs, and the moves shaping the league. From the front office to the mind of the Buffalo Sabres GM. If it's happening in the VHL, we're talking about it. Drop the puck, let's go!
Okay, everybody. This one's gonna be a little different. I've had an extremely busy week. It's been crazy. So I'm just trying to get this recorded so I can get this out. I think it's the most important thing. So it won't be as full and complete as some of the others I've done. Looking to do a better one for the Cup final. Hopefully we can make that work. Won't have a press conference in this one. I did have a couple questions come in, but they're more suited to after the season. Immediately after the season ends, to maybe go through those. That'll be something we can do a podcast then about. So there will be none of that. Won't be doing a beer of the week either this one. I'm very hungover right now. It's the end of my work day to get done work, but had a little too much fun on the golf course yesterday for my birthday. So yeah, I could have a beer, but I wouldn't enjoy it, and so I'm going to skip that. So for the sake of time, we'll just kind of get into this round. In order to do that, we'll have to look back at round two, recap of the series. So before we break down our Eastern Conference final, we need to see how these two teams got here. Looking at the Florida-Ottawa series that happened in round two, I took Florida to win in 5. Florida did win in 5. Ottawa winning only game 4, just avoiding their sweep. This was a bloodbath of a series. The Florida Panthers outscored Ottawa 15-7, and Ottawa never scored more than 2 goals in any game, including the one they won. During this series, Florida was only 12.5% on the power play, but their penalty kill was over 94% against Ottawa. So during the season for the series, Ottawa's power play was only at 5.88%, so very little production in the power play, and they killed 87.5% of their penalties against Florida. For the entirety of the playoffs, Florida is now 32 goals for to just 16 against through 10 games. Power play in the playoffs now sits a respectable 18.9%, and the penalty kill is very impressive at 92.1 overall. Allowed just 3 goals shorthanded this year in the playoffs. Heck is that? No idea. The MVP of the series. While Florida had balanced scoring this round, no one really went off. The MVP of the series will be Andrei Vasilevsky. Just 7 goals against the series. He was even better than he was in round 1. Faced 163 shots against Ottawa, put up a .957 save percentage. Crazy. Then I am going to do the Wake the Fuck Up award of the series. Moving forward, Joel Eriksson Ek for Florida has just 1 goal, 2 assists from the entirety of the playoffs thus far, and is the only forward on their team with a negative plus-minus rating. So, recapping the Boston-Philadelphia series. I took Boston to win in 7 games, and the Bruins took it to Flyers in an ugly sweep. Boston outscored the Flyers 22-15 in the series, coming from behind to win each game. Against Philadelphia, the Bruins' special teams weren't as good as in round 1, actually. They went 3 for 14 against Wolf for 21.43% and killed 72.73% on the penalty kill, which isn't great. Combined for both rounds, the Bruins now have 41 goals for, 27 against in 9 games. A 24.3% power play overall is very good, but 75% of the penalty kill has the Bruins playing with fire here. MVP of the series against Philadelphia. This is going to be a shared one this time. I'm going to go with David Pastrnak and Robert Thomas. Each had big moments in this series, contributed 3 goals and 5 assists each in 4 games against Philly. The Wake the Fuck Up award goes to Dallas's Jake Ottinger. Not Dallas, I'm sorry. Freudian slip there. The Bruins' Jake Ottinger. I predicted him to steal a game and struggle to win the series of 7. I was wrong. Ottinger allowed 15 goals in 4 games. The Bruins won in spite of his play. He was not good. 3.75 goals against average in the next round. We'll see them exit if that continues. So that covers last round in the East. Our conference final now. Looking at that, we've got the 130-point President Trophy winning Florida Panthers taking on the 98-point wildcard Boston Bruins. So a 32-point difference in these standings. Yikes. No big deal though. From the Bruins GM, quote, "This will be the toughest opponent of the playoffs and one we were hoping to avoid as we approach the finals. This will be the biggest test so far and provide an excellent evaluation of the off-season moves we made to try and compete with this juggernaut in the East. Florida has built an amazing team and I can't wait to see this bloodbath. Good luck to the Cats. The Bears are hungry," end quote. So we have the classic battle here. It's offense versus defense. Bruins are far and away the best scoring team in these playoffs at over 4.5 goals a game. Panthers are just at 3.2 goals per game. However, Florida is tops of the league, allowing just 1.6 goals against, and Boston is allowing 3 goals against a game. For the Bruins to win the series, they need to continue to rely on excellent power play that scores basically 1 out of every 4 times they have a chance. Robert Thomas has found his groove, and they will need him as well as Pasternak, Raymond, and Kadri to push the offense. Willie Nylander has woken up a bit as well. Gotcha. So the offense is grooving. Seider, Heiskanen, and Karlsson, top 3 to dream about. And Jake Ottinger needs, though, to remember he's an all-world goaltender, and he has no choice but to win at least 1 game, if not 2, against the President Trophy Panthers. For Florida to win the series, they need to have Vasilevsky continue to be their best player and slow down the Bruins' offensive juggernaut. Panthers will need to find more depth scoring. Eichel and Tavares have virtually carried the forward group, and while yes, Barkov, Ovechkin, and William Karlsson have had decent production, they have to be better against Boston. But that layer below has given very little to the team. Same can be said for the defense. Colton Parayko has been excellent, but players like Yossi and Tays have contributed some assists, but the entirety of the defense outside of Parayko have 0 goals. So we have an unbelievable offense in Boston against an unbelievable defense in Florida. The Bruins are a much more physical team, but they remain disciplined. Florida, while not physical at all, is also a disciplined team. From the Florida Panthers GM, quote, "Congrats to the other conference finalist. As someone who's been in this league for a decade, making the conference final is a tall task for any GM. Kyle, I would say good luck, but people don't forget. May the best team win, as long as Boston loses," end quote. That quote there goes back to round 1, where Kyle ended his quote with, "as long as Florida loses." And sounds like that quote must have stuck with Matt all playoff long, and here we are, these 2 teams meeting. So is there anything, though, he's going to be able to do about that? Strange stat of the series. You would think, given all those goals, that Boston would be higher than mid-pack in shots on goal. However, it is Florida who shoots more than anyone else. That means the Bruins, for all their goals, have an incredibly high shooting percentage. The Bruins haven't faced a team this strong yet. Law of averages says more of the Florida shots will start to go in the net. Add to it, the Bruins can't win a face-off and have a penalty kill unit that will not be able to stall Florida. The ride ends here in Boston. Florida will return to the Cup final, winning in 6 games. Okay. So, moving on to our Western Conference. We have Dallas-Nashville recap. I took Nashville to win in 7 games. This one did not go as I projected. Dallas swept away the Preds, knocking them out of the playoffs for the 3rd straight season. Dallas outscored Nashville 20-7, averaging 5 goals a game, allowing 2 or less in 3 out of the 4 games. Not even close. In this series, the Dallas power play wasn't even a factor, actually. The difference of the series. They went just 2 for 14, and just over 14%. And really, a penalty kill unit of 81% also wasn't really the reason for the easy series win. In fact, both of Nashville's special teams were much more productive than Dallas, with an 18% power play and a penalty kill defending 86% of the penalties. The Dallas power play has actually been really ineffective the entire playoffs, and now just sits at just over 10%. 2 series so far, and they are by far the worst of who is left. The penalty kill, however, had a good overall, sitting just under 90%, good for fourth, and sits second among teams remaining. The MVP of the series for Dallas. Well, they had many people clicking this series on offense throughout the lineup. A different player served as hero each night, though. So this MVP of this round will be their goaltender, Romelka, I guess it is, Romelka. And his goals against average was 175 and a 947 save percentage. The where the fuck are you goes to Thomas Hertl, a ghost all playoff long for Dallas, with just 2 assists. All right, recap the Edmonton-Vegas series then. I took the Oilers to win that game in series in 5. Vegas won that one in 6. Vegas outscored Edmonton 14-9 in a very low-scoring series. For the series, the Golden Knights power play just under 14%, and the penalty kill solid enough at 80%. Oilers in turn had power play at 20% and killed 86% of the penalties, which is fortunate because they took a lot of them. They were extremely undisciplined, having 2 penalties for every one that Vegas took. MVP for the series against the Oilers is Connor Hellebuyck. Allowed just 9 goals in the series for a 1.5 GAA and a 942 save percentage. The wake the fuck up goes to, pick any name you want, really, in Vegas. There's a lot of them. They get no scoring other than Kempe, Dubois, and Huberdeau. After being a hero for Vegas in round 1, Stamkos had 4 goals and an assist in round 1. He still sits at 4 goals and 1 assist. He was held pointless through 6 games against Edmonton. So let's give him the wake the fuck up this time. But you could pick Barzal. There's a few. There's a lot of lack of offense there. So looking now forward to the Western Conference Final, we will have the 2 division winners going head to head. 114-point Vegas versus the 113-point Dallas Stars. From the Dallas Stars GM Rape Joe. After the trade deadline, many around the league claimed that Vegas lost their heart, their Reinhardt, that is. Yet now they find themselves in the Western Conference Finals thanks to the superb goaltending of Connor Hellebuyck. While Hellebuyck and the Knights may be making some believers around the league, the brightness of the Stars will expose that in Vegas. Not everything that glitters is gold. End quote. So let's break that down. For Dallas to win this series, they need to continue to get balanced scoring. Just 3 players have not registered a goal for the Stars in these playoffs, and only Trevor Zegras has been held pointless. Dallas has a very good penalty kill, and they are disciplined, so allowing power play goals against benefits the Stars, because there won't be many of them. The Jamelka has been superb this playoff, allowing less than 2 goals a game overall. Dallas may need to turn up the physical play, though, this series, as they sit second last in hits per game. Continuing to own the faceoff circle allows Dallas to control play. They have to get their horrendous power play going, though. 10% is atrocious for that skill. For Vegas to win this series, continue to play physical and disciplined hockey. Dallas can't score on power plays anyways, but limiting their chances benefits Vegas. Goals are needed badly for this team. This isn't Colorado or Edmonton you're facing this time, Zach. You are playing Dallas. They have the 3rd best scoring in these playoffs, and they have the 2nd least goals against. So if Hellebuyck can outplay Jamelka, then the Golden Knights can prevail with a low-scoring series. From the Vegas GM, Zach, quote, "I'm pretty sure their GM is a rapist," end quote. I have continually myself gone against Vegas, and they've proved me wrong. Twice. This time, it's different though. Dallas has the ability to put up a lot of goals and shots, and no one allows more shots against than the Vegas Golden Knights. They have put their entire hopes on Connor Hellebuyck and 3 forwards. Vegas has a mediocre penalty kill, and it's only a matter of time before Dallas figures out their power play. They are too good not to. Dallas may indeed have a rapist as their GM, Mr. Zach, but this time it will be you he's raping. Dallas wins this series handily in 5 games. So to recap quickly, I was 6 for 8 in round 1. I went 2 for 2 in the East in round 2, but I was wrong with both in the West, 0 for 2 there. So 2 for 4 in round 2. Overall, I'm sitting 8 for 12. All right, so that's going to do it for this one. Again, I apologize. I couldn't put more together. Just no time at all. literally sports every single day last week. This week we're back to a bit more normal, just with baseball and a camping trip coming up on the weekend, but that's not so bad. So hopefully we can get some more things done for the next one. And as of right now, I believe two games have been simmed, one for each side. So this was written before those games. At least the East I had done before, the East, and I did the West before the sim this morning. So we're in good shape there. I will have to see how I'm making out, but I am taking then Florida to win in 6, I believe I picked. Yeah, I got Florida in 6, and I've got Dallas in 5. All right, guys, so thanks very much, and we will see you on the next one.
Thanks for listening to the Scott Davidson Podcast. SDP!